today I'm going to show you how to warp your loom once you take an old weaving off. So we have our weaving warp string here, and I'm going to set it on the floor standing up just like this because it makes the string easy to come off the thing. Okay, so I'm going to take my warp string, I'm going to tie it around my bottom bar like this. So I'm putting it under, around, and through the hole, and I'm going to do that twice to make a knot. So around, through the hole, and then tug it tight. So if you look in here, you can see there's this little knot, and we want to make sure it's on the inside of this bottom bar. Now before we want to go any further, we want to make sure that these little innie notches here, so you can see it kind of goes in, are facing to the bottom and the top of the loom. Check. And we want to make sure that our bottom and top bars are nice and tight. If they're loose, we're just going to make sure that all of our butterfly bolts on all four ends are tightened. Now that I have my warp string tied on, I'm going to go up through my heddle, one string per heddle notch, and then all the way up to the top bar. And I'm going to go around a notch, and then through the heddle, down to the bottom. Now this part is kind of important, so pay attention down here. You'll see I'm doubling the warp string into the notch. So now I'm going to go around, one in the heddle, two in the notch, around, one in the heddle, two in the bar, and back up through. So one string per heddle, two per notch. We're just going to keep going like this until you have your loom warped as wide as you want your weaving to be. Okay, so now I've got my loom warped as wide as I want it to be, so I'm going to cut my warp string. Give myself a little slack. I'm going to go around my bottom bar twice. So I'm wrapping the warp string around this bottom bar. Then I'm going to tie it to my last warp string. So I'm going to go under my last warp string, through the hole, pull it tight, and then one more time under the last warp string, through the hole, and tug it tight. Lastly, we'll check the tension. If this is very loose, like in here, you see how it's very loose? We don't like that, so I'm going to take my top bar, loosen the butterfly bolt, and then rotate it away, making sure that I have enough tension on my loom. And there we have our newly warped loom.